Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another video and another China AliExpress sort of special here. We've got a couple of race cars that these are clearly not licensed, and but they look really good. They weren't too expensive, and I was like, oh man, I've gotten bit by the bug of just buying this stuff from AliExpress. We've got a ghost player and a Fine Fin Classically, an FY model, and I am pretty sure neither one of these is licensed, but they sure do look pretty darn good. So we're going to look at them. Again, you know, it's a forever debate. Does licensing really matter in 164? How much do you guys really care about it? I'm always curious about your feelings on it, even though we've talked about it a lot on this channel in the past couple of months because of, you know, obviously I've been getting this stuff. So before we get into this, I actually got one other model from AliExpress that I've been hanging on to for a little while. And this is not a race car. This is, I don't even remember what it is. I think it's Infiniti. And it came in like a bag, not a box with any like information about what brand it is or anything. So it just says Infiniti 2018 QX30, QX50, QX60. Well, it's one of them. This is the QX50, gray, no box. I don't know what this is, but it was really, really cheap, and I decided to pick it up. So let's check it out. We'll get it out of this little bag. It came in a baggie with another bag inside. Very minimal packaging. So let's get the model out and check it out. And as usual, it's extremely cheap, but seems to be pretty decent quality. Now, we are missing a headlight lens. I wonder if that's in the bag. It is not, so that's too bad. It didn't, like, fall out, did it? It's clearly, like, broken there. So this is what the lensed headlight would look like. This is what the inside of the headlight looks like. So this has got a missing headlight lens, which is unfortunate. I can't even tell you what brand this is, but I imagine if you just search Infiniti 164 scale, you would come across this. This is it's a Pouty models. That's actually pretty cool. I've got another Pouty Audi, or not Pouty Audi. I got a Pouty Infiniti. So I think these are actually made for like dealerships. I'm not really sure though. But this is actually pretty nice. It's got plastic wheels, but they look pretty good. They got like an illusion of a disc brake in there. And actually, I should have my other Pouty model pretty close. I wrote a Lamley Daily for this one at one point. Here's the other one I've got. So this thing's pretty nice. And this one is plastic tires as well. But it is a metal base. Same with this one. Metal base. Looks like originally they were supposed to be in like a case because it's got the hole for the screw there. But this is missing a headlight. So that's kind of disappointing. But it was cheap. Like I said, it was really cheap. I think it was like $4 or something like that. So it was worth a chance. Would I get more of these? I don't know. Maybe I'd give another one a shot. Maybe it would come whole. I think I got the box for this one somewhere. So I think they are supposed to come in a box. But Pouty model, I'm going to have to look up those and see if I can maybe find some more to show at some point. I think all they have is Infinitis. All right, so let's get into actually what the video is really about here. And that's these two cars right here. We're going to start with this one. We'll start with the Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL AMG, which is done up in the like red pig or whatever racing livery. These apparently are limited to only 499 pieces, and I have number 453, and this is by Ghost Player. I mean, probably, right? I mean, I bet you all these Chinese diecast manufacturers that like, pop up constantly with different brand names and stuff like that. I'm sure the same like group of people are behind them. I could not imagine that there's that many different companies like developing and making these castings. And I think this one's coming out as a Time Micro sometime soon. I've seen it. So Time Micro is a brand I've kind of stayed away from, mostly because, you know, it's not that I care about the licensing thing. I've mostly stayed away from Time Micro because they like put Gulf on things that doesn't make sense. They do all these like spoon liveries that are not on a Honda. They're like on something else. You know, they just do all this stuff that makes zero sense. And so I don't really mess with them. But this is an actual like race car livery. I don't know how accurate it is to the real deal, but I would say it's definitely going to be more accurate than the Hot Wheels that has come out of this, right? I would say likely. So pretty cool. You get a graphic of the car there. And here it is. Ghost Player. 453 of 499, and this looks to be really nice. So let's go ahead and unscrew it. It's got your standard one screw base. So unscrew it so we can take a good gander at it. Does it roll? That's going to be the first question, right? Kinda. It wants to. It wants to. It rolls a little bit. The wheels rub. The base is metal. Almost thought it was plastic for a second. The screw hole is plastic, that's why. But I think the screw hole must go right into the interior. The tires have a nice amount of tread on them. The wheels look pretty good. Looks like they kind of have like the illusion of disc brakes in there, which is neat. I'm being very careful because this thing does have a Mercedes hood ornament on it. The little grid up there for the grill is, you know, kind of messy up close. But, I mean, really, it's like etched metal. I think that's like the glue that is coming out through the holes there. So I could probably, if I really wanted to bother with it, clean that up a bit. And do I want to bother with it? Probably not. It's got a side mirror. It's got etched metal, which looks like etched metal wiper blades or wiper arms. You know, all sorts of stuff on here. Camel filters, Levi jeans. Like, you're not going to see a licensed model with, like, you know, too much with camel stuff or, like, cigarette advertising, right, these days. So this is clearly not licensed. And it appears to be put together pretty well. It looks like these were all decals that they put on and clear coated over. So in some instances, you can kind of see when you look really close the edge of the decal. But that 300 SEL back there is actually like a metal, like etched metal, and then it's glued on. Same with that 6.3, so it's like raised. And then, of course, we got some exhaust down there, some detail there. When you look really, really close, there is some slop, but, I mean, these details are pretty intense. You could see that right there. That's probably where they put the decals on, and that's like a little leftover of the, like, glue stuff there that you can see when you look up close, so that kind of makes it look, you know, a little ugly when we're looking up close. But all in all, I mean, from this distance right here, this thing is pretty awesome. So, I don't know. Very hard to complain about it. If you want an accurate version or something close to accurate of this actual, you know, car, this is a good option, I'm going to say. I don't think there's any other better one out there. I don't know. The Time Micro one, I'm guessing, is literally the same thing. They're just like making it more. They wanted to make more than 500, right? So they released it under a different brand and call it something else. But I'm gonna guess that that's exactly the same. If I do see one, I know of a hobby dealer locally, SC Diecast, gets some Time Micro stuff. Well, we got a tail light coming out. See, they just use little bits of glue in there. And look at that. We got a hanger. That's going to be really easy to fix because it's here. But there you go. There's the quality you're going to get from some of these. The effort is there. I'm going to have to grab a little super glue, get that in there, which I will repair off camera. Other than that little light falling out, this model is pretty good. But yeah, anyway, Time Micro, SC Diecast gets some Time Micro stuff occasionally. So maybe they'll get this model, and maybe I'll pick it up, yeah, for the sole reason of just comparison. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty sick model. I mean, I got to glue a piece on, so it ain't perfect. But they use small amounts of glue because they probably don't want little, you to see the glue. And but it will take a little dab of glue there, and we'll get that back in. All right, so there is that guy. So we're going to set that aside. Plus, you got to be real careful with these. Very fragile pieces and parts. And of course, this makes it all the way here from China. So, it's had a long journey to make and make it intact. And AliExpress really doesn't like package stuff. Like, they package to ship it cheap, right? So it ain't coming, most often it's coming in a really tiny box. So there's not much like padding around it. So it has to get jostled pretty good coming over here. There is that. All right. Here is the 917 KH number 22 Le Mans winner 1971. So here's your 1971 Le Mans winner. This is also limited apparently to 999 pieces, and I got number 586. Oh, is it Finn Classically is what the brand is. FY model. Again, zero licensing, right? Martini nor any of whatever, race car sponsored graphics, whatever are going to be on here. None of it was used with permission. So if that is a moral issue to you, do not buy this model, because there are no doubts that it has zero licensing, okay? And I mean zero. Like, it's not licensed by Porsche. It's not licensed by Martini. It's probably not licensed by any of the race car drivers of the day or whatever, the racing team. It's not licensed by anyone. It is just done. You may see this come out as a Ghost player at some point. Who knows? Or as a Time Micro. I don't know how these brands are all related. This is obviously done a little bit different. This is interesting. It's got little rubber grommets underneath here that the screws screw into. And then, of course, we got a Martini printed kind of logo or graphic there on the base, which does look pretty cool. And again, pretty decent quality plastic there. Does it roll? No freaking way it rolls. No, it doesn't roll. And there's no intention, it looks like, for it to roll. This has a plastic base. Lots of detail. As you can see, we got the taillights there, Porsche Martini Racing Team. It looks like that is a sticker almost that is put on here. Crazy. The tires have a tread to them. They're fat. They're big. They look pretty good. And then, of course, we got the model itself. Let's look really close at the graphics. This looks like it's printed on. So not a decal, because you don't see the other pieces. These fins are like separate plastic pieces. The wiper is a separate piece, which, careful with that. And all in all, I mean, this model, it looks really good. And I don't think you've got any other option. To get this exact car, there is no 1/64 scale option, I believe, to do that. So you're stuck going unlicensed if you really want a Le Mans car like this particular one anyway. And this is my first from this FY brand. I've got some other ones coming from this brand. There's some Countachs that have been on pre-order for a while. I think one just made it off of pre-order, and I will be getting that soon. So that will be an interesting one to pick up, or pick ones to check. By the pictures of the models now as they've come out, I'm not sure if they're going to turn out all that well. It looks proportionately a little weird. I should probably do a special on the Countach and how it's been difficult to actually get a good one in 1/64 scale. So anyway, here's this. And it does look pretty awesome. I mean, it's a static display, doesn't roll. You're not going to be able to play around with it. So if you're not into cars that don't roll, don't buy it. If you're not into the unlicensed stuff, don't buy it. This is not licensed again by, it appears to buy anything, anyone. So do not buy it if that's an issue to you. Same thing with this. Do not buy that if that's an issue to you. I'm guessing the Pouty model stuff is actually licensed. This is probably actually licensed by Infiniti. They were probably actually made for Infiniti. And so these are probably actually legit. So go ahead if you like Infinitis. I don't think there's really much out there for 1/64 scale models. So Pouty model, Paudi. If you search for these, that's probably going to be your best Infiniti option if you want like a copy of maybe your car if you own an Infiniti. So that would be a good call there. Yeah, so you guys let me know what you think about this stuff. I mean, it's nice. They're nice looking. I'm kind of got a pretty crazy collection now of unlicensed stuff. And there's no real, sign of it slowing down, really. I'm going to get stuff. If it looks cool, I'm going to get it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to show it to you guys. And you guys can decide for yourself if you think it's appropriate to purchase one or not, or if you think it's worth the money or whatever. So it's up to you guys. It's up to the consumer. So anyway, there you go. There you have it. Thank you very much for watching. This will be in the Import Premium playlist. If you like more videos like this video, go ahead and check out that playlist. You'll see a bunch of other stuff. That's where everything like this is going to live. So you can check those out there. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching, and have yourself an excellent day. We will see you in the next one. Thank you.